When I spotted this wood box at Walmart, it was the potential window area that inspired me. So I hammered the chalkboard out of it and sat for a while deciding what to do. I've created bedroom scenes, a living room scene, but never a dining room. And with the canning jars and wine bottles I've made, I wanted to create a French country dining room diorama. Everything centers around the window, but I had to choose a wallpaper and color palette. I decided to go with this floral wallpaper by Mayberry Street Miniatures. In fact, a few of the accessories are by Mayberry, and I'll point those out as I go. I did not record adding the wallpaper because I didn't think I did a very good job of it. I used Mod Podge, and it wasn't as smooth going as it was for my grandma's living room shadow box diorama gift I made a few months ago. I don't know if it's because the wood for this project is more porous and unfinished, but it does seem less smooth than the shadow box I used. I would recommend sanding this box if you buy it from Walmart, and or maybe using some wallpaper adhesive rather than Mod Podge. For the window, I wanted something delicate, so I cut a rectangle of semi-transparent plastic. I also wanted the window curtain to be easily switched out, so I opted to create a magnetic bar to hold the rod. I started trying to drill holes large enough in these wood blocks I bought at Dollar Tree, but decided they were too blocky for the look I wanted. I chose clay instead and rolled balls and indented them to add the holes later for the bar and magnets. With a scrap white gauze that I cut and doubled to make the curtains look more full, I soaked each panel in spray starch and used dowels above and below the fabric to shape it, allowing it to air dry. This took a while because the fabric didn't want to behave, but with some patience I got the overall look I was going for. With Mod Podge, I lightly tacked the sides and the top to make the hole. I love the wood floor I created for my French country dining room diorama. A dollhouse or diorama wood floor is nothing new, but I want to show you what I did to accomplish this rustic look. I cut popsicle sticks and laid them out. It's a rustic floor, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I work on parchment paper because it separates very easily from the wood after the wood glue dries. I then stain it with one coat of walnut and then mix blue and white for a light blue with acrylic paint and dry brushed it on, making sure there's plenty of coverage, but not so much that the dark doesn't show through. I got these super thin wood sticks at a spa supply company years ago. I found something comparable online and I'm linking to them in the description. I painted them the same light blue and then cut everything to fit. Next, I added these miniatures by Mayberry Street Miniatures. The floor plants are upcycled beads from thrifted necklaces. I went to Dollar Tree and bought some plastic plants and cut little bits to put in them. This floor decoration is a glass bottle I purchased from the craft section at Dollar Tree and a plastic decorative floral item also bought at Dollar Tree. My wine bottles are individually handmade. I roll a ball and indent it for the base and bake it at the required temperature for the clay I'm using. Then I roll out the rest of the base around it and bake it again, along with the bottleneck. It can be fidgety, but I find this is the best way for me to make wine bottles using clay. It's a slow process, But after adding the bottleneck to the base and slowly adding clay to taper the neck into the base, I think they look really cute. I cut some thin cardboard to make the top of the neck, and in the case of these bottles, I used nail polish to give them a finished look. I then printed tiny wine labels and glued them onto my bottles. I made these cute little clay wine glasses, but I think the silver modeling paint stays slightly tacky in places because I painted over clear acrylic. I liked the first set I made, but when I saw these charm beads, I thought these can definitely pass for a chalice. I found some tiny bead caps to fill out the base of the bead charm, cut some 16 gauge wire, and also found these bead separators and then super glued things together. Hot glue handled attaching the wire to both ends. I really like the spin on the traditional wine glass. These will also look really great in my witch apothecary cabinet. The canning jars are clay and glass jars with UV resin. I am probably going to sell these in my Etsy shop as a limited run. They're really cute. I cut some material for the top and some hemp twine to cinch it around the top of the jar. For my wall art, I printed a Renoir painting and added it to this Mayberry Street miniatures frame. For the other, I really love Lauren C. Beach's art, so I painted a watercolor version of one of her paintings, then shrank it, printed it, and painted these sticks cut to frame size. I glued everything together and added them to the wall with Scotch tape since they're so light and I wasn't sure if I'd change my mind about the art I wanted there. For my hanging pot succulent, I rolled out some terracotta colored clay and shaped it to size and baked it. Then I added brown clay and textured it to look like soil. Then I delicately mixed and shaped some blue and translucent clay to look like a succulent. I looked at a lot of images, but I definitely free-formed this into something eye-catching to go with the blue decor. After I baked the plant, I took some crochet thread and made the macrame pot hanger. I had to do this at least 3 times to get the length right, but I found an easy macrame pot hanger tutorial and played with it until I finally got the right measurements. Then I clipped a steel eyelet screw and added it to the ceiling to hang my plant. The dishware is also from Mayberry Street Miniatures, and the placemat is some cotton material I cut into a tiny rectangle. I dipped the edges in fray check and allowed it to dry. The napkin and holder is a bead spacer and gauze that I cut really small and then pulled through, shaped, and added fray check to. The candlestick is the base of a Mayberry Street Miniatures Tiffany lamp I removed and altered for my grandma's living room shadow box diorama. I was able to bake a thin roll of translucent clay, add it to the stem, and then I used hot glue to dribble wax onto the clay. Lastly, I added a tiny bit of wire for the wick and painted it black. The lights are mini LED lights I bought from Amazon. I'll add a link in the description. I used double-sided tape I bought at Dollar Tree to keep those in place. The very last detail is a table runner I crocheted with size 10 crochet thread and a 1.65 millimeter hook. The pattern is a pattern I offer on my website. It's a variation on the seashell stitch, and I adapted the pattern to accommodate the length and width I wanted for the table runner. I added tassels to the end in 4 sections and then molded it to the shape of the cabinet. All in all, I really love my French dining room diorama. If you are interested in purchasing a custom diorama, message me. I have more projects coming up for keepsake dioramas and shadow boxes. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my tutorials.